Hello friends, it's me, and today eat candy, get fit? What? Let's check out food theory. You should eat candy before a workout. TikTok from the food theorists. Together, let's go.
You know, I've really got to get healthy this year. Between all the energy drinks, spicy wings, and absurd amounts of Sprite, food theory has practically forced me to have to go and hit the gym. But here's a secret for you. Exercise kinda sucks. If only there was some other way.
Candy.
Ah, yes. Sour candy. Clearly that is the thing that'll solve all my exercise woes. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Food Theory, the
Hello Internet, welcome to Food Theory.
channel that proves leaving a sour taste in your mouth can be a good thing. Today we're taking a closer look at one of TikTok's latest trends, eating candy at the gym. Yep, you heard that one right. Using candy to fuel your workouts.
These little sour strips, best gym snack.
Popped a couple of these bad boys on my way to the gym, and I'm already more awake than I was like 15 minutes ago.
I've been seeing a bunch of videos on here about people using sour candy as pre-workout and saying that they get a better pump.
I mean,
Interesting.
I would think that most people go to the gym to work off the candy that they've eaten, but no, apparently not. According to bunches of people online, a handful of sweets is the secret way that they're able to get more out of their exercise. Well, it's hard to pinpoint exactly where the trend started. It's certainly going strong, nearing 1 billion views on TikTok. And that sounds pretty great to me. Usually I go to the gym wanting to be like Hemsworth,
Motivation, get good.
but then I leave ending up feeling Hemsworth-less.
6-pack of beers.
So, do I need to load up on some Snickers before starting my squats? Not so fast. Notice that what they're calling out here isn't just any candy, but specifically sour candy. Which then begs the question, is there some sort of sour secret here? Is there any merit to the online workout advice coming from a bunch of Sour Patch pumpers? I
Eat more candy, get sour, get gains.
find it really hard to believe that any candy, sour or otherwise, is gonna be the X factor help me to get more out of my gym time. Then again, if it's true, it's an excuse to eat more candy, so why not test it out? So today we're putting our bodies to the test. Can eating candy actually help your cardio? Will a Sour Patch Kid promote more positive pumping? Pucker up,
Don't get wrecked, get sweat.
Buttercup. Today, we're hitting the gym. Before we start sweating it out to the oldies, it's important that we first understand what exactly working out is doing in our bodies. That way we can see whether there's any scientific merit for our sour candy to stand on here. When we eat, we consume calories. We all know this. Right there, front and center on every nutrition label. And when we're exercising, we are burning away those calories. We're using them up. So what exactly are calories? Well, calories are basically just energy. They're what make the machine that is your body run. But if you eat more calories than you end up using, your body starts storing that extra energy as fat. And there's one persistent issue with that. You see, once it's stored as fat, burning the energy actually becomes a very inefficient process for our bodies. Suddenly, that energy becomes the last thing that our body wants to use up. Instead, our body tends to default to the faster, easier, more efficient fuel source of glucose. Glucose is a carbohydrate. It's the responsible 4-door hybrid sedan that gives your body great mileage because it's much easier for our bodies to process glucose for energy. It's also easy to store any excess glucose in your liver and muscle cells in the form of glycogen, which your body can then dip into quickly whenever the need arises. Fat means
So case in point, under this situation, right, it's a double-edged sword. If you want to survive in the winter, getting more fat in your body can help you survive back in the day. So yeah.
while is just harder for the body to use. When it's forced to dig into the fat reserves, that fat must first be broken down and converted into ketones through a process known as ketosis. And if that word sounds vaguely familiar to you, it might be because you've heard of the keto diet. Anyway, ketosis requires a lot more work for your body. So our bodies are wired to store fat but burn carbs, especially when you're talking about intense workouts. So what happens when you're doing this intense exercise and suddenly you've depleted all your glucose and glycogen reserves? Well, that is the experience of hitting a wall. Suddenly you feel much more tired, sluggish, and you just want to call it quits. What's really happening there is that your body is switching gears as it moves away from burning carbs and instead starts using that inefficient fat. That said, plenty of people going to the gym want to avoid that dip in performance, which is where pre-workout supplements come in. Pre-workouts, which are typically in the form of a powder that you mix into your water, are meant to increase your athletic performance via a healthy mix of caffeine for energy, amino acids to help decrease fatigue, and nitric oxide to increase blood flow. Now, the jury is still out on whether all those ingredients work as intended. One thing that we know for sure is that pre-workouts contain a lot of sugar, giving the body some extra glucose to help it fight off that performance wall. So if a sugar
Oh, and please do recognize that we are all humans, so all humans tend to have an ego, big or small, and sometimes the ego will misguide you to having even more of the protein powder than required. So yeah, do take note of it. Thank you.
Sugary pre-workout powder can help your exercise. Why not a sugary sour candy? The idea with sour candy is that it's a low-fat, low-protein, high-carb snack that provides you a short burst of glucose that can help push through that workout wall. There's also quite a bit of research to back up candies being used as an energy booster, which is why you might catch long-distance runners or endurance athletes munching on gummies pre- and mid-race. Research suggests that about 15 to 20 grams of sugar 30 to 60 minutes before your workout is the right amount for your body to get an adequate boost. But then, why are we talking about sour candy in particular? Sure, it's delicious, and it's definitely more affordable than those pricey pre-workout supplements, but is there something else that's catapulting sour candy specifically to the forefront of the online fitness community? Maybe. When we put sour flavoring in our mouth, it releases the neurotransmitter serotonin, also known as the happy hormone. Serotonin does a lot of good stuff across our bodies. It helps with learning and memory while also helping to regulate body temperature, sleep, and hunger. So the idea here is that happy hormone plus sugary energy equals better workout, or
Yes, correct. So instead of treating gym exercises as a chore, as a work, you find it as being a game, as being enjoyable, being fun, being entertaining. It's like, hey, I just ran 1 kilometer, let's go 2, let's go 3 kilometers, let's go 4 kilometers. That sort of drive to push you better. Treating it as a game instead of like a chore, as a work, as a job. It you know.
at least that's the working theory. The working food theory, which
Food theory.
means that it's now time for us to test it out. Over the course of a week, Steph and I, along with some other members of Team Theorist, did 3
Hi, Shanti.
days of workouts with a day of rest in between so our soreness didn't become a factor. We made sure to keep the workouts consistent in both style and time each day in order to limit as many variables as possible. For her workouts, Steph hopped on the old stationary bike for some quick cardio.
I took the athlete powder before this, so
That is the wrong muscle group, you know. You're working on legs and you're doing this. That is the wrong muscle group. This is not this. This is not this.
definitely an athlete now.
While I endeavored to engage in the most grueling of workouts, Ring Fit Adventure for the Nintendo Switch.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but I'm fighting the Mataslay. Get it? He's a Matt, and he wants to slay.
Nothing says serious
Man.
workout quite like downward dogging your way through a horde of attacking yoga mats. Cue the relevant, embarrassing clip that I have no doubt Stephanie captured.
Ooh, looking good. Look at those buns. Buns to the sun.
Man, it's the perfect time.
Great.
I like those dad jokes, you know. those dad jokes like cringy, but it's also quite funny.
For the first day, we performed a normal workout without any sort of supplement. For day 2, we used a traditional powdered pre-workout, specifically Forbes Health's #1 pick for 2023, Pre-Caged. Caged spell with a K, so you know they mean it. Also, can I just say at this point that the names of these things are so stupid? I mean, we went with Pre-Caged, but some of our other top contenders were Wrecked and Meth Lab. Who named these things? I like that they clearly want gym bros to take these things seriously with their serious names, but Jocko Go Whoop-Ass Salt? I feel like I'm in some sort of parody account. Is this an Onion article? And then finally, for day 3, we ate some sour candy.
Yeah.
Do you actually bite? No, you let it slowly dissolve in your mouth. You bite it. Oh, it's painful. Oh.
Oh, they're very sour.
Lots of sour candy.
Oh, bad him. Oh, that's more of me.
I couldn't understand. Sorry.
Yeehaw, Rotten Cowboy. Oh boy. Mistakes were made.
In order to get the 15 to 20 grams of sugar that were recommended for the best effect of our sour candies, we took 8 pieces of Warheads Extreme, which probably hurt more than the actual workout.
I thought that maybe the flavors would combine to be tasty together.
Did he actually took all those candies in one shot? What?
Oh no, it's a mishmash of flavors that no one wants.
Ooh, I feel it in my teeth. It's like an x-ray is being taken of my teeth right now. Shooting right through.
So after gathering the data, what were the results? Well, first and foremost, it's important to get the elephant in the gym out of the way. Traditional pre-workout was the best across the board for all of us. It ultimately did a great job of giving the energy boost to get us going and keep us at that energized state for the duration of the workout. According to all of our fitness trackers, we burned more calories at a higher rate with the pre-workout and stayed in that peak heart rate zone for the majority of the time that we were exercising. The only downside that I felt was the sheer amount of liquid sloshing around in my stomach, because they make you drink 16 ounces of water infused with this stuff a half hour before you start jumping around. On the sour candy days, we experienced a noticeable boost at the start of the workout and found that our heart rate spiked even higher. Despite the overwhelming sourness that we had to endure, we felt good and we had strong starts. Makes sense, considering that the sour candy is delivering you a quick and easily digestible spike of glucose. Unfortunately, we all hit that wall towards the middle and end of our workout, which our heart rates clearly reflected. I felt okay to begin with, but my energy declined real fast. Even though I started probably the strongest I've started of any of the days, this one was definitely the fastest, like, downswing. And our performance...
It just shows that, you know, they are actually doing these experiments wholeheartedly with maximum effort. Deadpool reference. So anyways, you can see that their makeups are, they're sweating a lot on their face. Their makeup is gone. They look exhausted, they look stressed, they look no energy. That is the proper outcome that you should have after a proper workout.
was also affected by things that we didn't see coming, like stitches.
It was actually pretty uncomfortable. I got a side stitch, which I don't get very often. Usually I get them in swimming or something else like that, but not usually when I can like breathe all I want.
Overall, the sour candy did work at first, but the crash came hard, much harder than either of the other 2 days. And as a result, it didn't do us any favors the longer that we exercised. And considering what we had to go through when we ate them,
Bro, why do you eat so many candies in one shot? Why?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I think you get the picture.
it's not something that I'd want to be doing on a regular basis. Even worse, though, are the calories. To get to the recommended 15 grams of sugar, we ate 8 warheads. That is nearly 100 calories. You know how many calories were burned during our workouts? Nearly 100 calories. Basically, we just netted even. On the other hand, you had pre-caged. Sorry, it's hard to fight the urge to not say that like some sort of wrestler. Pre-caged contained 1/5 of the calories for the exact same punch. It also had those amino acids, vitamins, and the equivalent of 3 cups of coffee and caffeine, and 2 Red Bull cans worth of taurine, which, you know, might be why we were able to sail through our exercises so easily. How healthy is that for you on a regular basis? Probably not great, but, you know, for our purposes today, it gave us the best workout. In the end, it looks like sour candy is the sucker in this matchup, but there is something else at work here to consider. Giving yourself a pre-workout treat could actually motivate you to exercise even more by associating an unpleasant experience like dragging yourself to the gym with the pleasant experience of chowing down on some sour candy. For those of you who don't know, this is...
Yeah, that's right. I told you right. Instead of treating it as a chore, treat it as a game. This is not a work. This is fun. This is enjoyable. This is entertaining. This is great.
called classical conditioning, a learning process discovered by Russian experimenter Ivan Pavlov, wherein 2 stimuli are
Classical conditioning.
repeatedly paired together until the response for one is innately associated with the other, meaning that by repeatedly having the fun, happy, yummy experience of eating sour candy before your workout, you eventually associate working out with fun and happiness. Something that traditional pre-workout isn't gonna be hitting for most of us. Couple that with the serotonin that gets released when you eat these things, and suddenly you're gonna find yourself having a great time at the gym if you stay consistent with it. So while sour candy may not be the best pre-workout, that doesn't mean that you should completely write it off. There are benefits that go beyond mere biological and instead tap into the psychological. So go forth, all you mega slime lickers, go forth with teary eyes and scrunched up faces and get those gains. As always.
And I think it's because, okay, personally, I will choose if I was to choose between the pre-workout or the candy, I'll choose the candy because it's significantly cheaper. I can get it for a few cents, whereas the pre-workout, it costs like what, $10, $20, $30, $40. Let's say it costs $50. You know what, half price, $25. Instead of getting this entire pre-workout, I can get candy for a few cents. A few cents! That means the same price of $25 having this, I can get like a few hundreds, a few thousands candies. You know, can last me for pretty long. A few months.
Always, my friends, remember, it's just a theory. A food theory. Bon appetit. And hey, did you know that our sponsor for today...
The meme at the back, I didn't expect that.
Today's video is AG1. Let me tell you, this job often has me eating and drinking things that leave me feeling a bit sour. Sometimes it's hard to get the nutrients I need between chowing down on sour candy and chugging Diet Coke, which is why I also choose to drink AG1 as part of my morning routine. AG1 is a daily nutritional supplement that supports whole body health. It is jam-packed with micronutrients and high-quality ingredients that support the brain, the gut, and even your immune system. Not only does it provide me with focus and energy all day, but it also has probiotics to support gut health. And oh boy, is that important when there are full days of my life where large amounts of warheads and toxic waste are the main thing on the menu. I don't even want to think about how I'd feel after all those workouts that we did for this episode without the magnesium and AG1 to help with all the muscle soreness. And I know that you just saw me stuff my cheeks with candy like a demented chipmunk, but when I'm not being put through grueling experiments, I don't like playing around with the quality of ingredients in the things that I eat and drink, which is why I love that AG1 sources the best and highest quality ingredients that it can find. It's even NSF certified for sport. Now, I know that I'm no pro athlete, and after watching this video, you do too, but if AG1 meets the gold standard for actual pro athletes who have to adhere to strict rules regarding supplements and nutritional products, then hey, it is more than good enough for me. Hey guys, welcome to GT Not Live, where I'm starting off my day filming a lot of these things back to back, but not before I film this, which is my daily AG1 right here.
Before his GT Live. Huh.
This is my pre-GT Live routine here. First thing in the morning, gotta get my nutrition in. So here we go. Shake it up. Chug away. It's like a lightly grassy cotton candy. I don't know what to compare it to, but it's pleasant. My day's mineral requirements are done. My gut is healthier. My body is more nutrient filled, which will hopefully counteract whatever horrors we have to film for Food Theory later today. Done. Thank you, AG1, for sponsoring my nutrition, because Lord knows Food Theory isn't. Head on over to drinkag1.com/foodtheorist to get started on your order, or, you know, click the link in the top line of the description. And then to sweeten that deal, AG1 is going to give all theorists a free 1-year supply of AG vitamin D3 and K2, and 5...
This video came out last year in 2023. Right now it's 2024. Sorry.
5 AG1 travel packs with your first purchase so you can always drink on the go. Thank you again to AG1 for sponsoring today's video and my continued health after videos like these. And as always, my friends, I will see you next week.
Well, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you find this video quite interesting to watch. Yeah, it's quite cool, informative, and interesting. So the next time I'm going to exercise, prepare just a few candies. Sour candies. Prepare myself just in case I want to, you know, exercise. Go out for a run, 2,000 push-ups. But hey, that's just a theory, a food theory. Bon appetit. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Thank you so much. Subscribe.